Okay, so today for our homework, going to use Google Fusion tables. So to do that, I'm going to use some of the real estate data that we had from the previous homework. So I have 200 data entries here. So my first step is going to be adding in a row there so I can get all of the street numbers and all the information like the full address into one column. So we'll do that. In order to do that, I'm going to use the concatenate function to put all of the data into one into one column. So in order to do that, I'm going to click on the function tab here, click on the concatenate function, and then I'll choose which data I will need to enter into this particular cell. Also to space everything out so everything doesn't run together within the one cell, we do this by adding spaces to the function by adding quotation marks. So do that here. So just to add space between each individual cell, just add, wait, just add the quotation marks and a comma in between just to break up the cells, break up the data into cells. That there, straight boom, boom. And then from there, hit enter. That'll bring up the street number, street type, city, and zip code. And to get it so that it applies to every cell, so I don't have to do it for each row. And just scroll down, and it'll add it to each cell. So there we have our full addresses entered into one column. So from here, we'll save it as a document, as an Excel table to enter into our Google Drive to create our Fusion table. So, all right, and so from there, we'll head over to Google Drive. I'll hit new, then go to more, and then click on Google Fusion Tables. And that will bring us to this page here is loading. We should be able to choose a file to import into our Google Fusion table. Hit choose there. And so you click next just to upload the files into the Google Drive. And if everything was entered correctly, it should pull up and look this way. And so we'll hit next there. And once again, and so now it shows where it's just only showing up the city, recognizing the city as a location, but we want Google to be able to recognize the full address as our location. So do that there, save the changes. And now Google recognizes the entire address as our location. So from there, we're going to geocode this in order to get all of our data onto the map. Make sure that it is specify that you want the full address in the location column, and then begin geocoding. So it may take just a minute to geocode. Alright, so once everything is done geocoding, you come to the map of a city and it shows where all the data has been input onto a map. And so to make the map a little easier to read, we're going to change some of the feature styles, which is a pretty cool function that Google has with the geocoding. So I'm going to break it up into about 3 buckets, and I'm going to do my legend by sales price because that's what we were kind of basing our data off of. So from 500,000 to up to 330,000. So we're just gonna make our icons on the map categorized by color from these price ranges. And then also we're going to add a legend to our map to make sure that everything makes sense and there just aren't any random dots on the map. So to make sure that the legend is showed on there, you click show marker legend, and we just gonna put the legend in the top right. Just click save, and there it has each individual listing that is shown, and it also has the breakdown here on the legend just to show where all the individual houses are and the different price ranges that they vary from. And there we have our example of geocoding